Well, if you haven't seen this Colorado legend at Red Rocks, you may have seen her performing at a local coffee shop, a backyard party, even at a charitable event where she was singing for free. In today's Reflections piece, Hazel Miller finally gets the recognition she deserves.
I got a call one day from Todd Parkmore saying, "Hey, you wanna go sing with us on the bus?" And I'm like, "You guys know how old I am? You have any idea?" And they're like, "We don't really care." The first week of July, or end of June, I was on the bus with Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Hazel Miller may be surprised that she's playing with Big Head Todd and the Monsters, but anyone who's heard her sing knows why she's there.
I'm gonna be 70 years old in June. And I kind of freaked out by the zero, but I feel good. I'm still singing. The band still hasn't fired me.
And with her hundreds of performances and her growing fan base, why would they?
I've made a lot of friends in the audience.
Hazel discovered her love of singing from some of the greats.
Sundays at my house was always spent watching Ed Sullivan. And that particular Sunday, I believe it was Ella Fitzgerald, and she was singing. I went in the kitchen and told my mother, "I'm gonna do that."
Others noticed Hazel's talent early on.
I went to Catholic elementary school, and a nun would walk by me, first, second, third grade, and just kind of always on this side, nudge me and go, "Sing louder, they'll follow you." So Father Samuel Bayani, God love him, Father Sam, had me sing with the 8th graders when I was in the 3rd grade for Christmas. Unheard of.
As she grew up, her love of singing never left her.
I couldn't let go. I got married. My husband said, "No, you can't sing anymore." And I thought, married, singing. So I talked to my mother and she said, "Do what your heart tells you to do and we'll back you up." And he was ready to go anyway, and I was ready to go, and I moved on.
But Hazel didn't just show up in Colorado and become famous.
I was on my way to LA. I was gonna be the next Aretha Franklin.
Unfortunately for Hazel, but fortunately for us, car trouble created this Colorado legend.
The U-Haul truck broke down for the 3rd time here, and they wouldn't fix it. So I had 2 weeks to get the kids in school, and the rest is my Colorado life, and I love it.
Hazel's voice is big, but her heart is bigger.
Me and my boys, we came out here on a wing and a prayer. I had $2 grand, a U-Haul truck, and a raggedy old van, and I made them a promise. We will never do food stamps because somebody needs it more than we do. I said I'll always hustle. They never complained. I've been to most of the major cities all across the country for one reason or another, mostly to sing. But there's a vibe here that exists nowhere else. And people come together here to help out whoever needs it. And I'm not gonna be left behind because I didn't show up. And if I don't show up, well, what happens when I gotta pay the piper, you know? Well, remember that school that called you and you didn't go? I feel the flames, you know?
Just in time for her 70th birthday, Hazel received the birthday gift of a lifetime, an induction into the Colorado Music Hall of Fame.
I thought it was somebody playing on the phone. It was a young lady named Karen from the Hall of Fame. And I said, "Okay, is this a joke?" She goes, "No, ma'am, we wanted to let you know before it comes out in the paper." And I said, "Okay. And we need you to be at the Big Head Todd concert on June 10th. I said, "Well, I have a gig on June 10th. She goes, "Well, can I call your agent?" And she called Lori and we moved the job. Sure enough, that Sunday, there it was in the paper.
In true Hazel form, humility leads the way.
Thank you for believing that I belong there. Thank you for coming out all these years. It's inspiring, it's healing. It makes you wonder what you did to be this lucky. I'm grateful, muy grateful. And you wonder if they didn't come back, what would I do? And I try not to let myself find out what that would mean, because I want them to keep coming back because they're having a good time. If they don't dance, I get nervous.
Has that ever happened though?
Not really.
Yeah.
So, when in doubt, break out the urethra.
Yeah. The most humble human in the world, and Hazel Miller has quite the schedule. Make sure you catch her at one of her upcoming shows. Odds are she'll give you a hug and become your friend immediately. True Hazel form. She has a show tonight at Buffalo Rose and another one on the 17th at the Tabor Opera House in Leadville. For this full list of her upcoming shows and ticket information, you can head to HazelMiller.biz. Hazel, congrats. We love you so much.